Hello learners, today we will be discussing three-phase induction motor from the course of Principles of Electrical Sciences. I am Dr. Majid Jamil, Professor, Department of Electrical Engineering, Faculty of Engineering and Technology, Jamia Millia Islamia, New Delhi. So, today we will be discussing about principle and construction of three-phase induction motor, types of three-phase induction motor in this module. So, dear learner, you must be knowing that induction motor is an important part of electrical machines. So, first you must be knowing what is machines. A machine converts one form of energy into another form. So, machine may be of two types. It depends on what is the input and what is the output. If we take a black box that we may consider as a machine, so if the input is electrical and the output is mechanical, then we call it as a motor. And it's vice versa. If input is mechanical and output is electrical, then it is called generator. So machines may be classified into two categories depending on what type of supply is given to the machine. If it is DC supply, then it is called DC machines. If the input is AC, then we call them as AC machines. Now, AC machines may be classified into two categories. One is induction machines, the other is synchronous machines. So the difference between the two is that induction machines speed is not constant. In case of synchronous machines, input is AC, but they are constant speed motors. They also may be synchronous motor or synchronous generator. Similarly, induction machines may also be induction motors or induction generators. So, our focus today is only on induction motors. So if we not talk about induction motor further may be classified as three-phase induction motors and single-phase induction motors. So three-phase induction motor means the supply is given is three-phase supply. In case of single-phase induction motor, the supply is single-phase. So, our focus will be here only on three-phase induction motors. So, three-phase induction motor, as I mentioned here, the supply will be only three-phase. So, what are the advantages of three-phase? There are certain advantages of three-phase. Most of the supply in industries is three-phase. In your houses, you are getting single-phase. So home appliances works on single-phase supply, but in industries, we get the machines, heavy motors, works on three-phase supply. So three-phase motors are more stable. The efficiency of the three-phase motor is much better than single-phase motor. Similarly, three-phase motor are more compact in size. If we compare the two motors, single phase and three phase, and if both the machines are of the same capacity, then the size of the three-phase induction motor will be much smaller as compared to the single-phase motors. So once size will be small, so material required will be less. So once material required will be less, the cost will be less. So three-phase motors are compact in size, they are more economical as compared to the single-phase induction motors. The power which we give to the motor, the three-phase power is more stable in nature, that is constant throughout the period as compared to the single phase. The single phase is pulsating in nature. So three-phase supply is uniformly distributed in magnitude with time. So three-phase motors performs better as compared to the single-phase motor. So efficiency, because of that, efficiency of the three-phase motor will be better than single-phase motor. So three-phase motors performs better, their efficiency is good, they are compact in size, they are economical. There is one more factor which is very important here, which is called the power factor. You must be familiar with the power factor. What is power factor? Power factor is a cosine between current and voltage. So power factor is represented by cos phi. So in AC circuits, there is a difference in phase between current and voltage. So if the current and voltage are in the same phase, then we call phase angle is 0 and power factor is unity. But power factor unity will be only in case of purely resistive circuits. Here we are discussing induction motors. So here induction means some inductive circuits will be there. So due to the reactance in the machine, there will be lagging power factor. Current and voltage will not be in the same phase as in the purely resistive circuits. So there will be some phase angle. So there will be some power factor. So power factor will be lagging in case of induction motor, since it is a inductive circuit. So in three-phase induction motor, the power factor is better than single-phase motor. So if power factor is better, it will be economical. Losses will be less. Always there is desirable that power factor should be close to unity. But it rarely happens because most of the circuits are inductive in nature. Maximum possible value of power factor is unity, but that will be possible only if the circuit is purely resistive. Since induction motors inductance is there, so power factor will be less than unity. But our concern is that power factor should be close to the unity. So three-phase motors, power factor is better than single-phase motors. So here I mentioned that the advantages of three-phase supply. So most of the industries use three-phase induction motor. It is the reason because three-phase motors works better, efficiency is better, performance is better, life is more as compared to single-phase motors. Now if we go into the history of three-phase induction motor, the first induction motor was developed in 1880. Tesla was the first man who invented three-phase induction motor in 1880. So three-phase motor was developed in 1880s by Tesla. Since then, there is continuous improvement in the design of induction motors. One improvement is in the design. The other improvement is how these motors may be made more economical, means less consumption of the power. Power is a very expensive, so motor should use minimum power. So since 1880 till 1990s, lot of research done to improve the design of induction motors, how they be made more compact, more economical, and consuming less power. So now I will be coming that three-phase induction motors are self-excited motors. What does it means? Motors are of two types. As I mentioned, synchronous motor and induction motors. So synchronous motors are not self-excited. Three-phase induction motors are self-excited. No external source is required to start the motors. Similarly, if we compare the three-phase motor with single-phase motor, the single-phase motors are also not self-starting. So three-phase motors are self-starting. Normally, stator winding of three-phase winding is directly connected to a three-phase AC source. So, if its rotor winding receives energy from stator by means of induction. Induction word is used here. Why? Because three-phase induction motor, the two main parts, one is stator, the other is the rotors, they are not connected electrically. Induction motor, the rotor use the current or develops the current through means of induction, just like in transformer. In the transformer, there are two windings. One is primary winding, the other is secondary winding. Primary winding is connected to the supply. There is no connection of secondary winding electrically. Similarly, in induction motors, they are not electrically connected stator and rotor. Only supply is given to the stator and the current and voltage in the rotor circuit is developed by means of electromagnetic induction. That is why these motors are called induction motor. Induction motor cannot run at synchronous speed. Here, you must be knowing what is synchronous speed. Synchronous speed is Ns is equal to 120 F upon P. I will be mentioned here in next slide. An induction motor, it is equivalent to a static transformer whose secondary is capable of rotating with respect to the primary. In DC motors, conductors on a rotating armature pass through a stationary magnetic field. But in a three-phase induction motor, the magnetic field rotates. In DC machine, magnetic field is stationary. Here, magnetic field rotates. And this has the advantage that no extra electrical connection to the rotor need to be made. Its name is derived from the fact that the current in the rotor is induced by the magnetic field instead of being supplied through electrical connection to the supply. They are so called because the three-phase winding producing is connected to the voltage source. A rotating magnetic field is produced in which EMF is induced. The EMF in the rotor in turn produces rotor current. The rotating field due to stator current and the rotor current react to produce forces on the rotor conductors, and the torque is developed. Since there is no electrical connection to the rotor from the three-phase supply and the current in the rotor are set up entirely by the effects of electromagnetic induction. There are certain advantages of three-phase induction motors. They are very simple in construction. They are rugged. Rugged means they are very rough type. They can be used with less care and capable of withstanding rough use. As I mentioned, that they are quite cheap and robust, requires very less maintenance. There is no slip rings, brush and commutators as in DC machines. So once these are not there, so their maintenance will be easy. Their cost will be less. As I mentioned, self-starting. So no additional expenditure on additional equipment to make the self-starting, since they are already self-starting. The losses in three-phase induction machines are smaller. Power factor is reasonably good. So these are the advantages of three-phase induction motor. The disadvantages: its speed cannot be varied without sacrificing efficiency. Means if speed will vary, so efficiency will suffer. Its speed decreases with an increase in load. Its starting torque is inferior to DC shunt motor. Whenever a motor is put on the supply, it starts high current. It draws the high current. So the starting current is usually 5 to 7 times of the full load current. It is one disadvantage of three-phase induction motor. As I mentioned, it's run at lagging power factor when lightly loaded. Now, what is the principle of operation of three-phase induction motor? When a three-phase supply is connected to the stator winding, a rotating magnetic field is produced. As the magnetic field cuts a bar on the rotor, an EMF is induced in it. And since it is joined via the end connection rings to another bar, one pole pitch away, a current flow in the bar. So the magnetic field associated with this current flowing in the bar interacts with the rotating magnetic field, and a force is produced tending to turn the rotor in the same direction as the magnetic field. So forces are applied to all conductors on the rotor so that a torque is produced, causing the rotor to rotate. So in this way, a three-phase motor works. Supplies three-phase supply that is connected to the stator winding, and here you can see there is a stator. The first part is the stator. In between there is a rotor, then shaft connected to the load. So supply will be given to the three-phase circuit. EMF will be induced in the rotor circuit that will be rotating in nature, that will cause a force on the rotor circuit, and the rotor will start rotating and the torque will be developed and the load will be derived. So this is how the three-phase induction motor works. So in induction motor there is a concept of slip. What do you mean by slip? As I mentioned that the synchronous motor runs at synchronous speed, but induction motor runs at speed lower than the synchronous speed. That difference is called the slip. So slip is the difference in the speed of rotating magnetic field which rotates at synchronous speed and the speed of the rotor. So synchronous speed, if it is ns and the speed of the rotor is n, then slip is ns minus n. It is represented by in percentage. So percentage ns minus n upon ns, it is the slip. So from the above discussion, it is clear that the mechanical speed of the rotating of the rotor is never equal to the speed of the rotating magnetic field, which is rotating at constant speed, called the synchronous speed of the rotor. The difference between the speed of the rotating magnetic field and the actual speed of the rotor is the slip. This is the formula. S is equal to ns minus n upon ns. When we express it in percentage, so that is percentage slip. Now we will be discussing torque slip characteristics of a three-phase induction motor. Torque is a very important characteristic. How torque is produced? As I mentioned, that torque is produced when a rotating magnetic field is produced in the rotor circuit. In the secondary circuit, primary circuit is the stator, secondary circuit is the rotor. The torque produced by a three-phase induction motor depends upon the following three factors. Number one, magnitude of the rotor current. Second, flux which interacts with the rotor of three-phase induction motor, producing EMF in the rotor part of the induction motor. And power factor, as I mentioned, power factor is very important. Power factor of the rotor of three-phase induction motor. So torque slip characteristics, torque is directly proportional to the flux induced in the rotor circuit. I2 is the rotor current and the power factor. The torque is directly proportional to phi I2 cos theta 2 or cos phi 2. So T is the torque produced in induction motor, phi is the flux responsible for producing induced EMF in the rotor circuit. I2. 2 means rotor circuit, 1 means stator circuit, and phi 2 is the power factor of the rotor circuit. So the torque developed will be maximum when slip is equal to R2, S is equal to R2 over X2. Now we will be discussing the characteristics, torque slip characteristics. If in this graph you will see that when slip is 0, when slip will be 0, slip is equal to ns minus n. If the synchronous speed will be equal to the rotor speed, then slip will be 0. So at that stage, no torque will be produced. It is very important point in case of motor to develop the torque. Always there should be some difference in the speed of synchronous speed and the rotor speed. That will be possible only if rotor speed will be different than the synchronous speed. Means there should be some slip. So as the graph shows that TL shows the load torque. So, and on the y-axis that is starting torques. Different starting torques are mentioned on the y-axis, and on the x-axis the speed is mentioned, slip is mentioned, so and rotor circuits. So difference in the starting torque means how the rotor resistance, starting torque depends on the rotor resistance. If the rotor resistance is high, starting torque will be high. But if the resistance will be high, efficiency will be poor, losses will be more. So in that case, Starting torque will be high, but efficiency will be poor. So, resistance should be less in the rotor circuit so that the induction motor performs better. Efficiency should be better. So, the other important thing is that the maximum torque is taking place when the motor is running about 3/4 of the full load speed. Then torque will be maximum. And after a particular stage, torque after reaching to maximum value, then it's going down and becomes zero. So that is called breakdown torque, pulled out torque. So it should not be beyond to the maximum torque. Otherwise, motor will stop. How? The motor will stop if the connection or supply is poor. If the connection is reversed of the three-phase supply, in that case, the motor will start running in different directions. In that case, the motor will behave like a generator. Means that motor will be giving output will be electrical output. So, speed of the rotating field should be less than the synchronous speed. So, here I will be concluding. In this session, we have introduced the three-phase induction motor. First, we compare how three-phase motors are better than single-phase motor. Here, we discuss the advantages and disadvantages of three-phase induction motor. The other, we discuss in this case the principle of three-phase induction motor. How three-phase induction motor works. Three-phase induction motor, if the supply is given three-phase supply to the stator, by means of electromagnetic induction, EMF is induced in the rotor circuit and that it starts rotating, but the speed of the rotor will always be less than the synchronous speed. Then there will be a slip. Slip is the difference between the synchronous speed and the rotor speed, and due to that, torque will be developed in the three-phase induction motor, and in this way the motor will start. So, in the last, I am concluding here that three-phase induction motors are quite useful motor, widely used in industries. The reason is that these motors are economical, these motors are simple in construction, their efficiency is better, they are less expensive, they consume less power, but the power factor should be better. So, in the end, in the next module, we will be discussing about the construction of three-phase induction motor. So, three-phase induction motor will be discussed in the next session. Okay, thank you so much.